like one of the princes. What's that mean? The quote here, you are gods, is to show us something. Is to show us that we are not animals. Okay? How many of you ever, you're new to the job, and you experience something when you come to the workplace? There's already a core group of people working there. I don't know if you might work on an assembly line. I've heard some of you talk about assembly lines you worked on. I also work with a group of people. And until you get to know them, you're kind of that outsider. And it don't have to be a single line. It could be in a doctor's office. It could be, I know I got nurses here. Sometimes you get a new group you go to. Or whatever it is. There's always apprehension. Anybody ever have apprehension about the new job you go to? It's really easy to have that apprehension. Why? You don't know what's on the other side. You don't know what kind of people they are right there. And you go there, and these people they already got their space. And don't invade their space. But you see, if we were like animals, the first thing we do, we'd go start marking our territory. You follow me? Isn't that what they do? They'd mark their territory. Don't you cross that line. It's my space. Don't you mess up my rate. Get out of my way. I don't have time for you. Some of you are like, oh man, I did that. Oh, I wasn't patient with that person that was new. A new person comes in, they act like an animal too. What's that new dog do when they come? You get a new dog, everybody have a new dog? And you come there, and what's he start doing? He starts marking his territory. I've seen it before. Dad and myself, we've raised different kinds of livestock. The only livestock I liked at all was the ones that was on your dinner plate. I hated cattle. I hate them. I hate pigs. I hate them. Unruly, worst things on the earth, man, when it comes to dealing with them, but they're given the plate. But I remember one time this new horse that we got. I never forget, I was just a kid, and this new Arabian stud that we had, he was out there just prancing and stuff. We had another horse out there, and he just started chasing that horse. And just chasing this horse to death. I mean, chasing. My dad finally got fed up with it. He got 2 before out there and whop right on that horse's head, and that horse just stopped. Remember that? And I was like, I can't believe what I was saying. I mean, this horse just stopped and fell in his tracks. You know? I couldn't believe it. You know? But he had to take authority. He's using his position that God gave him as authority over to stop that stupid horse from killing the other horse. But you know, sometimes we act like animals sometimes. We ride people to death. We don't give them a break. And another person comes and they don't know how to act. They don't know how to respond. And then what they do naturally, you treat somebody bad, they're going to treat bad as well. They're going to come in, I've been treated bad. I've been treated. All these people do these things to me. I can't stand these people here. Man, that place is a sin, God-forsaken place. The only thing about that place is it's a building just like this building. It's just got people in it, just like we got people here. How many times you heard these churches, oh, I don't like them people. I'm about hypocrites in there. Well, that's true. If you get right down to it, we're all hypocrites. At one point or another. I say I'm a little Christ. I'm Christ-like. Have I ever messed up and not portrayed Christ like I should have? I'll be the first one in line to tell you, yes, I have. I've let my temper go before. I've done stuff I shouldn't have done before, after I became a Christian.
But you're not proud of it.
No, we're not proud of it. Not at all. But here's the thing. You say, well, Shannon, what's that got to do with this verse? You are gods. We're not animals. You see, God's given us a mind. In the book of Genesis chapter 1, verse 26, God said, let us make man in our image and likeness. You are God-like. Okay? You are little gods. Okay? No, I'm not New Age. Don't even go there. But you are God-like. What's that mean? God's given you some attributes that He didn't give the rest of the creation. You see, all these other animals, they have defense mechanisms in them. When one animal growls at them, they're going to go right back. I got dogs at home. Anybody got dogs? Have you got dogs that don't get along and they never will? And they could be running together. I got these 2 dogs specifically. They could be running on the trail together out there just chasing something. All of a sudden, they just break out into a fight. I don't get it. It's like, you stupid animals. You guys are around each other every day. They just fight. You know, it's kind of like, I think it's kind of like people. They're just people that you might be working alongside or people you might go to church with, and all of a sudden, you just break out into a fight. What are we doing? We're acting like animals. We're not acting any different than what animals do. And 2 little beagle dogs and rat terriers I got there at the house. Every once in a while, they break out into a fight. You see, that's just how they act. And I tell them, oh, you stupid dog, but they're not stupid. They're just dogs. They're reacting on instinct. Kind of like that deer that runs out in front. That deer's running 20 miles an hour across the front of a car running 60 miles an hour. Doesn't make a lot of sense, does it? You stupid animal. He ain't stupid. He's just reacting. That's how they are. That's how God made them. But you see, God made us different. We don't have to instinctively react. The scripture tells us, don't be overcome with evil. Overcome evil with good. You see, we have a choice to make. Every single day, you and I have a choice to make. We can be like God, and we can respond like God did. How about let's follow the highest example we've ever had, that mankind's ever had. You know what that example is? Anybody know who that example is? It's Jesus. The highest example mankind's ever had or ever will have is Jesus Christ. Well, how do I know how he reacted? Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. You'll find it. Follow his life and see the pattern of his life. Follow that example. Follow a man who turned the other cheek. Follow a man who went the extra mile. Follow a man who went and visited the oppressed and healed and delivered and preached to people that were undeserving. Find a man who sat in the congregation of sinners and was talked bad about by all the religious leaders. Follow a man who walked the hill of Calvary and was beaten beyond recognition, but never spoke a word against anyone. Follow a man who was hanging on the cross while they were spitting and reviling at him, said, forgive them, Father, for they don't know what they're doing. Follow that man. The highest example we've ever had. You see, you've got a choice. We don't have to act like animals. We don't have to go mark our territory at work or at church. How many times would visitors come into our church and feel like, whoa, that's somebody else's seat? You've already marked your territory. You might as well just, I'm serious. How many churches today, how many times, well, bless God, we ain't changing our style of doing things here to reach the losses. They better come in and be like us. How sad that is. We've got a choice to make. We've got a choice to follow Jesus and be like him and do what he does and do what he says to do. Or we can go out and be like animals and return hate for hate and evil for evil. We can say, well, you better treat me good if I'm going to treat you good. That's not the scriptures. That's not what Jesus did. That's not how he said to be. You are God's. You are God-like. You have been given an image that God gave you. He gave you authority, as I told you. He gave you a mind and a will, desire, a soul that he's not given any other creation. And he wants you to use that to glorify him. You see, the birds that you heard this morning, chirping and singing and flying, they're giving God glory. But they're not doing it because they want to. They're doing it because that's what we're created to do. They're created to be a bird. That tree out there is created to be a tree. It'd be silly to think that a bird wanted to be a horse. Wouldn't it? He doesn't think about being a horse. A bird just being a bird. He's just flying. But he's created that. He's been created by God to be that bird. You are created by God to be like him. Did you know that? That is the one we're supposed to follow. We're not supposed to be like the animals. Don't lower yourself. You see, next time you get tempted to show that anger, to show that temper, to do that wrong thing, to react upon your flesh, just remind yourself of something that you heard on Sunday morning. The pastor said, if I do this, I'm going to be just like an animal. And that's exactly what you'll be. You see, the world wants to make a monkey of a man. It wants to call us animals. We're not animals. We're not animals. We are created in the image of God. You and I are image bearers. You got a mind. You can be better than that. Now, Psalm chapter 82, verse 8, in closing this morning. Arise, O God, judge the earth, for you shall inherit all nations. This is the general cry for the deliverer to come. And let me tell you something, that cry will not go unheeded. Jesus is coming back. The deliverer is coming back. The judge of all the earth is coming back. I have no idea when, but I know he said he's coming, and I better make myself ready. I may not have control over government, and I may not be able to do a lot of things, but I can pray for my government. I can do what God tells me to do in that respect, and I can do what he tells me in respect to my own personal walk. How I'm to act, how I'm to be, how I'm better than the animals. I don't have to be. The righteous judge is coming to establish justice. I pray as we cry out that we're preparing ourselves for that. Psalm 96 and verse 13 says, he is coming to judge the earth, the world with righteousness, people with his truth. All men everywhere will give an account. Let us live as people who are looking forward to that day as we cry out for justice. As you and I cry out for justice in our country, in our world, let us be a people who's living as such. Let us be as people who are living as such. Be the image bearer that you are. Amen? Let's stand this morning.